Hello and welcome to another weekly vlog. Start as you mean to go on, guys, in the bloody car again. So it's Monday, I've just left home. I'm on my way in to my parents. Oh God, I thought they weren't looking. Today my mum goes into respite for 2 weeks, if she stays for 2 weeks. So obviously I have to drive up. I went into my mum's yesterday to name label, unpack all her stuff, and there was an unopened letter sitting on my mum's table beside where she sits, in amongst a load of begging charity letters that my mum gives money to charity, and not loads of money, she'll send little donations off, but you know what it's like when your name's on their database, they just don't leave you alone. So she gets all these begging letters, and in amongst that was a letter from the hospital she's going into with a form that needed to be filled in and sent back immediately, all this information, stuff that we had to be aware of that nobody had opened. My mum can't see to read a letter. My dad says, well, it doesn't have my name on it, so I didn't open it. And I says, well, she can't see it. Anyway, I opened it, and they're only allowed one item of luggage. My parents don't have big cases, so she needed clothes, toiletries, she wants to bring a little CD player, audio books. She has this big packet of the equivalent of tennis pants, but they're bulkier for people that have issues with the bathroom, and all of her medication, which is about 12 boxes of stuff. Nicotine patches, nicotine gum, and all of this has to try and get into one. Pajamas. So what we've had to do is take loads out, put in about half of the stuff, and because we're going up to visit, we'll have to just replenish as we go. It says on the letter we cannot guarantee a single room, which means she could be in a ward. And if she's in a ward, then she won't be able to listen to her CD, because she looked at me as if to say, well, why not? And I said, because you're not in there on your own, and other people might not want to hear your audiobook. Will that mean she won't have a TV? Or, if she's in the same ward as, just as an example, as a man, he might want to watch football or sport and stuff, and my mum won't want to watch that. So I know when my uncle went in, he always had his own room, but the problem is, because my mum can't get herself sorted early and everything takes so long to get done, and we have to obviously drive all that way, any single rooms that there are will probably be taken by the time we get there. So we'll just have to wait and see, but she's not going to be very happy if she's in a ward environment. And my guess is, and of course it started raining just in time, my guess is that my dad will take her out on Wednesday, and if that happens, I want nothing more to do with it, because I've had it with them, the two of them, trying to help them as best I can, and they just keep tying my hands behind my back. And my dad, I don't know if I told you, opened all of the tablets that was got for the 2 weeks away, because they hadn't delivered his blister pack. Rather than go up to the chemist and say, look, I don't have any tablets for this weekend, he opened all of the sealed medication and put it in an organiser. And then he went up to the chemist, who gave him the tablets, and then he went back and put the tablets back into their packets. But I said to him, you've broken the seal, they won't use them. Why won't they use them? I said, you could have taken those tablets out, opened the capsules and put anything in. They're not sealed, they won't use them. Don't be so bloody stupid. Well, then they can have a blister pack. I says, they won't give blister packs, they already told you that. Well, it's a bloody hospital, surely they can get medication. He doesn't get, when he does things, he doesn't understand. He thinks people are being awkward just for the sake of it. And if someone says to him, well, blah, 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 this isn't sealed, he'll just lose his rag, swear and walk off. That's his approach to things. So it's not even with normal people trying to organise this stuff and sort it all out, which is stressful. It's people tying your hands behind your back and making it harder for you and expecting you to sort it out. So I have to drive, even though I've no idea where I'm going. My dad says, well, I know how to get to Ballycastle. I says, well, I haven't a clue. I follow a sat-nav. He says, but I don't know where the hospital is. I says, neither do I. But I have to drive because he's not confident enough to drive. So, Christ's sake. We also have to bring the sling for my mum's hoist. And my brain is saying, right, he's going to go up midweek, she's going to be miserable, he's going to take her home, and he's probably going to leave the sling and everything there. I should have brought stickers with me to stick her up the sling thing. So there's just so much stuff that you have to remember. I have to get a nicotine patch on her, have to do COVID tests as well before we go. I have to call at the library before I get there to change her audiobooks, even though she might not be able to hear them. I said if this letter had have been opened midweek, I could have went and got you a pair of earphones for your audiobook. But the issue then is we don't know if there's going to be a plug anywhere near the bed. My mum can't use, she wouldn't be able to use cordless earphones or anything. She doesn't have dexterity, she would just drop it. My mum drops everything. The only thing she may be able to use is the over-the-head, the big ones. But even at that, I don't know how successful that would be. I'm not sure. But it's just difficult, things that other people take for granted. Like, if you go into hospital, you can read, you can write, you can watch the telly, you can listen to music, you can look on your phone. My mum can't use a phone, she can't see very well, she can't read. She depends on other people for absolutely every aspect of everything. Turning on a TV, switching over a TV, everything. So it's like not knowing what to expect. Now my uncle always really liked it, and Ruben's mum had a relative that was also in it for a while, and they actually cried when it was time to go home because they enjoyed it so much. So 2 people we know have been there and both were very happy, so we'll see. But my mum's one of these that I don't think my mum understands how good she has it, in that whenever my mum asks for something, it's there immediately, she gets it immediately, she won't wait for things. Even my dad, and this isn't like him, the other day my mum says, can you take me to the toilet? It was like just a bit before the carers were due, and he says, look, can you not wait on the carers? No, I can't. So we had to take her, and the carers were there 15 minutes later. But it's like, if you were in a hospital, you'd have to wait until whoever was going to take you was available to do it. You wouldn't be able to just have someone there in an instant. But that's what she has at home, and that's what she expects when she goes somewhere else, and that's not life. So I'll switch it on when I'm driving home, because one of us I'll have to push the wheelchair. My dad will carry the sling and the bag. I won't be able to film or anything while we're there, but I will update you on the way home as to how it went, let you know what room she's in, all that kind of stuff. So I'll switch off now, guys, and I will check in with you later. Yep, Lisa's driven the car again, and look what's happened to the weather. Honest to God, you couldn't write this. Still waiting. MS Hospital behind the car there. Gonna be good fun getting out of the car, innit? Hello, it is Wednesday. Darren is getting into the car with a bag of contraband. That will tell you where we're going. We are going to see the Turtles movie with Isaac's friend Ruben. Then they're going for an hour's gaming, and then we're going for pizza. You don't have to have the gaming if you don't want. It's up to you.
There's gaming, so I didn't even know.
Just in the place in the tower
I'd say no.
Whatever, it's all of what we were doing. So yeah, that's the plan for today. tomorrow I'm up to visit my mum. My dad's going to see her today, so we'll get an idea as to how she's getting on, because no one went up yesterday. She was left in quite late on, it was around about tea time when we left on Monday, so she'll have had a full day and 2 full nights when my dad goes up, so we'll see how she's getting on. Just get out onto this road. I don't think there's anything else to tell you. Dogs have been this morning and had their kennel cough vaccination. It's a squirt up the nose now rather than an injection. So they're all set, hopefully for next week, if no other uneventualities happen. I always think, oh God, you'll turn up and they'll say, we don't have a booking for your dogs or something like that. And I'll be like, what do you do the day before you're going to America? So, and apparently, with all the whinging you've heard me do about weather, apparently July has been the wettest July in how many years did it say? On record.
Yeah.
So the wettest July since records began in Northern Ireland. It's like every time I got into the car to drive anywhere that wasn't local, it wouldn't just rain, it would be torrential. When we went to Derry it was, when we went to Belfast it was, when we went to Rathlin it was, when I went to drop my mum off at the thing on Monday it was.
So the school's broken, right?
Yeah, and then basically every other time it's been raining to some degree. Now today it's not raining, but that's right now.
It has been raining.
Oh, has it? Right, well I was going to say it will rain at some stage. Imagine living somewhere where it rains every single day. Welcome to Ireland. But in June, was it June? No, yeah, it was June. In June, we had 4 weeks with no rain, which was just unheard of.
Oh no, and it's Serengeti's watching this.
Why?
They'll be like, you what?
What, they want rain?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to go up this one because it's quicker. Concentrating. Oh dear me, what's going on there? I didn't even move it, I touched it.
It wasn't in gear, that's all. It was like half in.
So yeah, I shall check in with you later, let you know how the movie was, and then I'll chat to you tomorrow and let you know how my mum was and any update there. That's if my dad doesn't take her out today, let's hope not. If my dad goes up and my mum's absolutely miserable and doing her crying thing that she did when I went to see her, he'll probably take her home. So we shall see. Watch this space. I will.
Back to square one again.
Yeah, and back to square one again. Is this a giveaway? Sick?
No, you can go straight up.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's like really country roads, and the markings are like worn off, and it's like when you come to a crossroads, it's like who's got the right way here? It was me. So I shall check in with you guys later. Yep, we shall go see that. Don't know what it's about, but nothing else. Yep, we'll watch that. This is what we're going to see today. We're the first people in the cinema, guys. It's just opened. Look at that wee man cleaning. Hello, it is. What day is it? Thursday.
I honestly don't have a clue.
It's a thing in the summer holidays. You never know what bloody day of the week it is. So I am heading up to see my mum. Darren and Isaac are coming. I think they're going for a wander about up there. After sticking their nose in to see her. My dad went yesterday. Now, to preempt this, my dad is hard of hearing. He went up yesterday. This is after the relief of thinking she's in a good place. She's going to be well looked after. She's going to be happy. He came back. This is Wednesday evening. We took her up on Monday. She hasn't been out of her bed yet. And I'm like, what do you mean she hasn't been out of her bed yet?
Bedroom window.
Yeah. There's a dog looking out the bedroom window, Freddie. I says, maybe she thought you meant out of the hospital, and he says, no. I said to her, have you been to the day room yet? And she said no. And she was in the bed with a jumper on and a pair of paper pants. Now they've probably realised how much my mum asks to go to the toilet, which is a lot, and they're thinking of the hassle every single time she needs to go, and that's probably why they've put her in paper pants, but that's not, as far as I'm concerned, good enough. My didn't bring her to respite for her to lie in bed for 2 weeks. So I'm going to try and find out. The thing is, an example, I don't know if I told you this or not, when I went in to see her at home and my dad wasn't out of bed, I think it was on the day she went in actually, she said to me, give me a link into the room and I'll wake your dad up. Now what a link is what she used to do when she could walk, which is where she would link her arm through another person's. You see like brides and grooms doing it, you link your arm through another person's arm. And she's asking me to give her a link. My mum hasn't walked.
Nearly 10 years.
20. She's been in a wheelchair as long as you've known her. How long's that?
She's done a bit of linking when we first came over. She never went on her own.
No, I
do
don't mean where someone holds both her arms. I mean where she walks herself. That's what she means by a link. She means like she could go and walk to the local shop on her own just with someone doing this.
No chance of that, no.
So that's what I'm saying. You know, it's been a lot of years. It's been more than 20 years. It's been since before I moved to England, and I moved to England when I was in my mid-20s. So it's over 20 years. So she'll say things like that make no sense because she's got this ongoing infection, which I also made them aware of at the hospital. So I don't know whether she has been out of bed and she thinks she hasn't, or whether she actually hasn't been out of bed. And I'd be more one to press questions. My dad wouldn't. So I'll ask more questions, and Darren thankfully is here today. So while I'm with her, because I don't want to be wasting the small amount of time I've got to see her, I want to try and make it a positive thing rather than concentrate on the negatives and make her feel worse, if that makes sense, because I can't bring her home. So he'll be able to say, look, you know, just check in, not in a nasty way, you know, she is a bit confused. Has she been out of her bed yet? Because she seems to think she's been in her bed since she came in, and she's, you know, unhappy to be stuck in bed. That's where we're going today. I shall update you when we're finished. Tomorrow, I think we need to get into town tomorrow and get Isaac a new school jumper, and I want to try his trousers on him tonight to see if they need taken down, so I can get that done, because I'm very conscious when we get back from holiday, there's literally about 3 days before he's back to school.
You're going to take his trousers down.
The hems of the bottoms of his trousers were turned up quite a bit when he started school, so the hem may need taken down.
Mr. Literal Strikes.
His blazer's fine. I bought him 4 shirts when he started, which are all fine. He's got 2 ties. He's got a new school bag, new folders. I may need to buy like some new pens, Tipp-Ex, you know, little things like that. So it may be, see, it wants me to go there now. So I know if I went that way it cuts miles off, but back roads doesn't cut time off, as we discovered when we went to Rathlin. The back roads we had to take were a nightmare. So yeah, I shall, there we go, that's good timing, I'm not even going to fix it. I shall let you know how we got on, probably on the journey back. Keep your fingers crossed that things aren't as bleak as they seem at the moment. I shall speak to you later. Yeah, it's all the way down to the bottom of this ramp.
I thought it was that, the main entrance.
No, that's to the whole hospital. Where that man's just come out of is where we're going.
Oh, that's not. I thought you meant like all the way down, like miles and miles and miles. Yeah, there's no fishes at all.
What?
Wait, hold me.
Is it when you stop staring at it then?
Okay.
Nothing as suspicious as you. Hello! Door's about to open. It is Friday. We're going into town today to that's what I needed to do, but I can't because I'm talking on the phone. I needed to check. I took a photograph of Isaac's jumper size. I need to get Isaac another school jumper, a few bits and bobs of stationery, some type of stuff for holiday, some snacky stuff for holiday, I've got a list. It should be in my pocket, hopefully. Yep, it's there. I sat and wrote out a checklist last night for holiday. Prescription to pick up, stuff to drop off at my mum's. My dad's going up on Saturday. This is Friday. I'm going up on Sunday. Update, I'm not going to start driving because driving noise is really annoying. Went up yesterday. I took her out. They've got her wheelchair reclined right back, so it's really comfortable for her, but the handles, if you imagine the back of a wheelchair reclined, the handles are so low.
That's an oversight with design,
It's even short for me, and I'm like bent over trying to push it, and things like there's no way she'd be able to get up curbs or over any sort of rough terrain, but obviously it's a hospital for people with MS, so we got a bit of a push around the grounds. She is basically stuck in a room in her bed all day. They don't use the day room anymore. Darren asked them and they says, oh well, we haven't used it since COVID. To me that's not a good enough reason, because COVID's not well, obviously it's a thing, but things are back to normal. So they get her out of her bed for like an hour at max a day to sit in her wheelchair. They put it to break the monotony. And yesterday, to my knowledge, was the first time they did that, because the OT, the occupational therapist, hadn't been to see her until yesterday. So she's basically confined to a room, and she thought she'd be able to like meet other people with MS, she'd have people to talk to. But basically it's exactly the same as her being in hospital, but she doesn't have the company of anyone else in a ward. I'm one of the people that would prefer my own room and my own TV. I'd be happy, but my mum's one of the type of people prefers company. So that's not great. But she's got, if she were in her complete mind, she would be really miserable, but she's got that delirium again from an obvious still infection and worsening. If they don't get on top of this, it can turn to sepsis, and it's really worrying.
Yeah, they didn't test her straight away either.
They didn't test her until Wednesday, so the results should... No. Yeah, hang on, what day did we go up? Thursday.
It was Wednesday.
They tested her on the day that we went up, and they said the results wouldn't be back to the next day.
Well, they told me yesterday results will be back tomorrow because they just tested her.
Right, so I mean she was in for 2 days and they didn't test her either of those days, and I had written in the form and spoken to them about the infection. Darren even reiterated when we were up yesterday how she is right now is not normal for her. She's very clearly confused. She does this thing where she thinks that she's going upstairs or people are coming in the room, and she invents. She said, and we were sitting together and all these drug addicts came in to get their fix. Where that's from is one time she was in the chemist with my dad and there were people coming in for whatever that thing is, the tech. And she's put that together with, and she thinks drug addicts are coming in, and she said they were crawling on the floors. I mean, it's funny if it wasn't serious.
She soon jumped to defence of Poldark.
Yeah, but I really don't want her to have an infection, but the fact she has delirium is the only thing that's keeping her... I know I know she'd be really miserable if she didn't have that, but as it is, she's like really easily distracted and stuff. Darren made a joke. She likes the guy that plays Poldark. Aidan Quinn, I think his name might be, or something similar. He was also in Being Human?
Yeah.
He played the vampire. But Darren says, oh, you should bring up a poster of Poldark. Oh, he's some man, she said. She says, I don't watch that for the storyline, she said. I watch that for him, more or less. And I made a joke. I says, well, that's why I watch The Witcher. And then she was arguing that Poldark was better than The Witcher. So, yeah, so she seems like happy enough, but that's only because she's got delirium. And then there's other people chiming in their viewpoints, which I'll not even get started. But it's difficult because I'm just hoping the fact she's where she is, to me the common sense thing to do would be put her on an antibiotic drip. But because they don't spend an awful lot of time with her and they don't know her like we do, they won't know how unusual her behaviour is. You can't work out a lot of what she's saying unless you're really used to her, so they might not hear this ranting and raving. And if they just put her on a tablet, same thing's going to keep happening, and she's going to end up in hospital. And obviously we're due to go away on holiday 2 days after she gets out, and I'm waiting for something to go wrong. I've always said this, like something, we don't do anything for like 4 years and then bang on the time we're due to go, everything kicks off. So hopefully they put her on an antibiotic drip. It is a hospital, but I'm not. When we dropped her off on the Monday, I was really impressed with everything and the staff, and we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And my mum says, I don't have to stay in bed, do I? And the woman was like, no, the only reason we put you into bed was to warm you up and you were wet. But she's been in bed all week, and she's, to my knowledge, only had an hour out of bed, and that was the when I went up to see her. So it's not the best, but the situation is, what are you meant to do? People say, oh, well, she's better at home, she's happier at home. Can you not get this in? Can you not get that in? And people don't understand how much my mum asks of my dad. I've tried to explain the carers will be due in like 10 minutes. And she'll be like, can you take me to the toilet? And he'll be like, can you not wait? They're carers. Oh, well, they might not be here for an hour. I can't wait. And that happens about 6-7 times in excess of when the carers come. And a lot of the time, my mum will be in the toilet and my dad will be taking her out of the toilet when the carers turn up. And obviously then there's nothing for them to do, so they leave. But no matter who you got in, at what stage, she would still do that. And my dad needs the break with nothing to have to do. And the problem is he does need this break a few times a year. And with this experience, what's that? There's an app telling me the car's not locked. With this experience, I don't think she's going to be very keen to go back. I mean, all we want is somewhere where she's safe, that she's looked after, that people are attentive, and that she can mix and talk to other people. That's it. The first place she went, yes, she could sit with other people, but none of them were disabled. Women in the next room screamed all day and night, and they weren't keeping up with her tablets properly. They've even taken her nicotine gum off her in this place and put it in a locked cupboard. So it's, you know, when you smoke as much as in vape as much as my mum does. So I don't know what's going to happen at the minute, to be honest, because the infection just seems to be getting worse and worse. And to me, if normal antibiotics aren't doing it, it's almost like they're going to wait until she crashes even worse and then have to put her in normal hospital. That's how it feels. And if that's what they do, that's going to happen when we're away. Or the carers are going to say to my dad, like they did last time, look, you know, you really have to speak to the doctor about Kathleen. We're a bit concerned. And he's not going to bother, like he did last time. And I'm not there to, you know what I mean? So it's not exactly the most relaxed way to be going on your holidays for 2 weeks with all that hanging over you. But obviously then you can't call because it's too expensive, and my dad will just say, oh, I'll put your mum on, and then you have to wait half hour for her even to come on the phone, and then you can't understand what she's saying, and you can't be doing that when you're calling from America on a mobile phone. But it's a constant worry, and people don't seem to get that, you know, it's a worry for us, and it's a lot for me as well. But people can seem to just see my mum and see my dad. Oh, poor Kathleen and poor Cathal having to do all this, and I can't get them to. But it's like I'm just sat here doing nothing or worrying about nothing. So what can I say? We'll be up again on Sunday to see how she is. I can't see her being an awful lot different than what she is now. The last time she had bad delirium, she was in hospital for 3 weeks. And I even remember when they let her out, I didn't think she was ready to come home. She did then pick up a bit, but this delirium thing, it's like she's had like 4 courses of antibiotics over the last, 4 to 6 weeks, and none of them have hit it. So if that's the case, if they just give her more normal antibiotics, I don't know that that's gonna, you know what I mean? I don't know that that's gonna.
And then when it works, she's like a new person instantly.
But
it's freaky. It's like, my God, that was clear.
So it's just frustrating because you can't really go up and tell the doctors what to do. Not that we've ever seen any doctors, which is why I don't know if they will give an IV drip. I've no idea. I think they'll just prescribe her antibiotic tablets, and it's just going to be a problem that continues on until she's taken and put into hospital and put on an IV drip. And if it's not sorted out now, before we go, that's all going to crash as we're going. I know for absolute sure. So what to do? You know, it's incredibly frustrating when you can see everything, but medical staff don't seem to be taking it seriously until it's too late. And I know my dad. No, I'm going to have a good talk to him before I go away. I'm going to have to say, right, if this starts up, you need to call the doctor and you need to get her in the hospital on a drip, because I don't want to be coming back to potential sepsis because nobody did nothing.
Well, it was close before.
Huh? It was close the last time, so...
As the doctor said, it more or less give you the end of life
Yeah.
chat, didn't it? It was like, you are.
So, it's a lot stressful. What I'd give for a couple of months of nothing to worry about, what would be nice. It's like, yeah, everybody has hardship in life and everybody has to go through crap in life, but you know what I mean, extended over years and years and years, and you know, a lot of people don't have that. But oh dear. Right, I shall go on another Stegosaurus. Did you say it?
Stegosaurus, yeah. Where are you going now? You're going shopping. Shopping.
Yeah, so I'll check in when there's anything else to tell you. We're just going and picking some bits up we need today. We're going to go out somewhere and eat. I don't know where yet. And I'll check in with you later. Hello. So it's the same day. We're waiting outside. Look, there's Freddie. Freddie has got an auction in London of all this stuff, and I'm so jealous. It's going to all be auctioned off, and they're putting it on like a show before it's auctioned, and it's like, oh my god, I would love to see this. And they had some of the bits on this morning today. They had his Tiffany moustache comb that's silver, and his crown, and the famous like boots that he used to wear on stage. They're like trainers but boots. So we've just been to the only place in the town that has like a proper really nice sit down pub that you can eat at. That's something that's really missing in the town centre, is like somewhere nice to eat that's not fast food. And it's closed, and we don't know when that happened and what's going on, but Darren is now in the Chinese because we're going to treat ourselves to something nice to eat. What else can I tell you? We got everything on our list. We got, I forgot to go back to Boots and get anti-sickness tablets.
Oh no.
Still need to get anti-sickness
Do it on
tablets.
Sunday when we're going to Grandma.
We're not going into Grandma, she's in hospital, I remember.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but
On the way back.
No, I'll be shot by the time we get. Well, I don't know. So I've got Isaac new pajamas for holiday. What is this man doing? I swear to God, everybody that sits here is at risk of being hit because of stupid drivers. Oh God, look at me. Kai hasn't a fucking clue what he's doing. I wonder, can I turn you round?
He's on drugs.
Guys, this guy's trying to get into that parking space. What the hell is he doing? Honestly.
It's Walter White. No, it's not.
He's going to drive into my car in a minute. It's a good job I've got this on. I said when Darren parked the car that this space just seems to attract. He's going to park beside me. This space just seems to. Oh, Jesus Christ! What is this man doing?
He's
right, he's going in there. Flipping hell! Did you ever see anything like that in your life?
He's on meth.
When I parked here, I said, there's always idiot drivers and someone will crash into me. He nearly did. Look at this. Honestly, I've never seen so many manoeuvres in all my life to get into it, and they say women can't park. So I got pajamas for a couple of pair of like light pajamas, like just shorts and t-shirt. Got my new pair of joggers. We got all of the like silly things we needed, like wanted clear baggies to put like in the rucksacks in the park. I got like stuff for the room to put rubbish in. We got just stuff like antibacterial wipes, because I always decline room service. I just clean the room myself, and it saves them coming in and out all the time. The main reason is because in Disney you have to tip everyone, including room service, and if you have to tip room service every day and you're there for 2 weeks, that's a lot of money. I prefer to clean the room myself, which it used to be if you declined, they call it mousekeeping. If you declined mousekeeping, they would pay you for them to not have to clean your room, but now there's no like financial incentive. you just, what is that person doing? Lay down. There's someone lying on the road over there. She's just sat, I don't know what she's doing.
Oh, she's on the tarmac. Like right beside the road. Like her head is like...
Idiot. It's an idiot teenager. She's done something on herself. She's complaining. So yeah, we got all the little bits and bobs we needed. The only thing we got, you know, like for the flight, we got the boiled sweets and mints and like little snack cereal bars and stuff. So the only thing, I've hiccups now. I'm so hungry.
So am I.
The only thing I didn't buy that I wanted to get was travel sick tablets. We went into Boots and there was a big queue. So I says, I will get it on the way back out, and we went somewhere else. But yeah, got a few bits for Isaac starting school that he needed. I want to get him a new water bottle, but then it occurred to me that he could get a really cool one in Florida. That would be like something that, you know, wouldn't be your typical one from shops here. So we'll look in Florida. So yes, that's what's going on today. Just shopping for necessities. There's somebody else parking really badly here. Might I add, it's another man. No, I'm not sexist, but I'm sick of hearing people say that women can't park. And I've just sat and watched two men just unable to park their cars. And somebody cut me up, went right onto my side of the road, turning into where we were parked, and that was, he looked about 12. So he'd got an R plate, so he'd obviously just passed his driving licence. So I'll go. So successful shopping trip, all bar travel sickness tablets. We're all set to go. Picked up a load of pyjamas from my mum's house. I just hope that stuff doesn't get worse in that respect, but I shall let you know what the crack is when we see her on Sunday. Isaac will have jiu-jitsu tomorrow morning. Yeah, so I shall speak to you guys later. Hello! It is Saturday and my hair's tied back because I've just been doing rock fit and got really, really warm. My hair was all sticking to me, so look, it's my rock fit t-shirt. Yeah, we're going to the cinema to see the Meg 2. I actually didn't even know it was out until I checked today. It looks really silly, really stupid, really over the top, but a lot of fun.
If
so
the dog in the trailer gets hurt, I swear to God.
The dog won't get hurt, Isaac. The dog will be fine. We have to stop off at the shop to get contraband popcorn. Yeah, but well, I'll let you know how it was when we come back out. I have to let you know about the turtles as well. What did you think of the turtles, Isaac?
Yeah, it was really, really, really.
I think we all enjoyed the turtles, but it's not really my, I don't know. It's okay. I would give it like about a 6.5 maybe. It's just because it wasn't my sort of thing, Isaac. It's...
I think when you've seen the Spider-Man animations.
That's outside the car. Jesus Christ.
Keeping that in. Look at the size of that.
There's a wasp right in front of our face.
I've got £3 coins.
There.
In my pocket.
Oh, I took £3 coins.
Have you got £3 coins too, darling?
Yeah.
God bless you.
Can you go in and get it?
What would you like me to get in there, darling?
Just the popcorn.
Some popping corn.
Oh God. It's really warm in the car. It's actually a nice day. Surprisingly, so we could have cut the grass today. How's everybody else got their grass cut in our cul-de-sac? Everybody's got their grass like that. And ours is like a bloody jungle.
But I cut mine before they cut theirs. And then they've done petrol lawnmower afterwards.
Yeah,
That
so...
car really can piss off.
What car?
The red one. It's speeding.
Yeah, so we just stop and get popcorn, then we're going to the cinema. Tomorrow I'll be going up, well actually we're all going up tomorrow to see my mum. And then next week's dentist brace. And I think Isaac's going up to Rubens someday next week. Why is people always park there right now? Where do I park?
I would stick it by petrol and block it off, I'd say.
No, I wouldn't
Because
do
everyone
that.
else does.
I'll just park over the other side here. I don't want the scenario of someone parking at the pump and then me getting stuck and not being able to get out. So if I go here, I'm not in anybody's way and I can get out. Right, so yeah. Oh, my nail's coming off. Not my nail, my...
Pick one of these just in case prices go up.
These are like nail wraps. So instead of like painting your nails, they're like these little plastic wraps you put on your nails. And one of them's coming off. So I can change them tonight. Someone mentioned them once on Facebook. and I thought, oh, I'll have a go. Because every single nail polish I get chips, so I thought I'll try them, and I tried them, and they're really good. They stay on for like, well, at least a fortnight, and you only sort of change them when they're growing out. What? What
How long have they been on for?
These, I don't know, about 2 weeks probably. And that one started to come off like.
It's taken off then.
No, not, because then I've got one.
Does it not hurt?
No. So yeah, I'll go because I'm waffling now. I shall let you know how the film was. Turtles, I think Darren enjoyed it okay. Well, we took Isaac because I thought he would enjoy
It
it.
was really good.
So
That was a good.
most males I know that has seen it really liked it. So yeah. So we'll see what this. The Meg looks really silly and really stupid, but it does look a lot of fun.
If the dog gets hurt, I will.
The dog will not get her eyes.
I
I shall check in later.
Taking a while, Dad.
So we're out at the cinema. We just saw the Meg 2. I'm going to do a very quick come with us on my main channel, which I'll have to do while I'm driving because we've got ice cream in the car and I don't want it to melt. It was fun, but it was nowhere near as good as the first one. Not even half as good as the first one, actually.
Better.
Oh god,
No, I
no.
want that.
There was like some fun scenes, like, you know, stunts near the end of it. A couple of little funny bits. There's one character in it that I like that I would have loved to have seen more of. Oh, happy, who is it? Who do you think was my favourite character?
Oh, it's a is it a spoiler if I say it?
Well, it's not a I don't know if it's a
Is
spoiler.
it the girl?
The girl, that's...
Like the young one.
No. It's somebody that wasn't in it as much as they should have been. Right, anyway, I thought they would have had a guess. We're going to be here half
I
an
did
hour.
have a guess! Who is it?
The guy with the bag.
Who? Oh yeah, him! He was really good.
He was funny. I'd have liked to have seen more of him. I will try and remember to put the actor's name on it. I haven't looked it up. Is there any chance you can hold them?
They need taking off there, they really do.
Well, they're air fresheners.
Hang on, what's a bit different?
So, yeah. I wouldn't recommend you go to the cinema, especially to see it. It wasn't that good.
If you're a child, then do.
So I've removed my air fresheners. Yeah, it was fun. If you go to the cinema all the time like we do, you know, it's an okay movie. There's a few fun scenes in it. It's do not go and expect anything remotely lifelike. Everything's over the top, but it's just a fun movie. I'll talk about it more on my main channel, but yeah. So that's it for today. We've just bought some ice cream. Shouldn't be eating it, but what can you do? I'm just in the mood for some ice cream. I will check in with you guys probably tomorrow when I go and see my mum, see how she is, see if they've diagnosed an infection. Well, I know she's got one, so just see what they're doing about it. So I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Well guys, another day, another ponytail. It is Sunday, guys. We're up to see my mum today, so I'm just closing off the vlog. I will video a little bit there if I can. Ballycastle, hey.
Could be that good, wouldn't it?
Might well be. Dr. McClister. So just an update on my mum. She seemed a lot brighter today. Although I know she's not particularly enjoying her time there, which is another reason I know she's brighter. She has an infection. She was taken in on Monday. This is Sunday, so a week tomorrow. I told them on the Monday that she had an infection, that she had just finished antibiotics, that I was of the opinion she still had it. It needed to be got on top of. I filled in paperwork and I wrote it down. They only tested her for an infection. Now, considering she went in on the Monday, the latest I would consider they should have tested her was the Tuesday. And one of them was quite snotty with Darren. They said, well, we test everyone when they come in. They didn't test her until Thursday, and so she was in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, nothing, no testing. They tested her on Thursday. Results weren't back until today, Sunday, so that's a long time, given that the GP has the results the same day. She got her results today, so she's on her first 2 antibiotic tablets. They haven't put her on an antibiotic drip. So she's been in there almost a week with no antibiotic treatment, and she's had an infection, which I made them aware of, so I'm not very happy about that. They would have been aware that she had the infection. We told them that she had delirium, that she was ranting, she was confused. That doesn't seem to be as bad today. She's not 100% herself. She's leaning to the side a lot. She's very weak, but she was before she went in. But yeah, she does seem not as bad as she was the last day we saw her. So fingers crossed that sort of maintains. They're making her eat a lot, so that's good. She was telling us about the meals she has, and it sounds really nice. So yeah, that's the update at the moment. I'll sign off here for the week. Next week, tomorrow, me and Darren are at the dentist, and we both have to have work done because the dentist that was at where we go, it keeps changing hands, and the previous dentist kept doing patch-up jobs and not doing the jobs correctly. So the new dentist basically has to put right the work the old dentist didn't do. So we're having that done tomorrow, both of us, and then Isaac is having his... No. Isaac's having his brace refitted. Not refitted, you know, every like 6 to 8 weeks they have to adjust it. He's having that done on Tuesday, and then we'll be up to see my mum on Wednesday. Well, I'll be up to see my mum on Wednesday. I think Isaac may be at Rubens on Wednesday. Thursday, not sure yet. Friday, I'll be up to see my mum again. Saturday, not sure yet. Sunday, I'll be going up to see my mum and packing everything to come back, because we'll be collecting her the next day to bring her home on the Monday.
And then the day after that, the dog's going in.
The day after that, the dogs go in the kennel, and the day after that, we shall be off to Florida. So
at like 5:30, we have to get up.
yeah, we have to be up about 5:30 in the morning. So it's a long day. It's an even longer day, Isaac, if you're the one driving to Dublin. You just have to sit and rest. So yeah, we shall see. Hopefully this next week and a half passes okay. Nothing horrible happens before we go away.
They'll be vomiting on Dad.
I've packed all of Isaac's stuff, I think. Most of it anyway. I haven't packed like socks and underwear, but I've packed his t-shirt and his shorts and stuff. And I'm going to pack... Yeah, I'd pack trunks. I haven't put goggles yet, but I will do. So I need to get all that done before we go away as well. So lots to do, guys. Thank you for watching as always. I shall catch up with you next week on our last week at home before we go away. Thank you for watching. Overnight from Kit and Caboodle.